Okay, good morning. So I have not videotaped in a while, probably a few days. We just got back from taking Nyla to school, getting ready to start with homeschooling. Today is social studies. We are in Arizona right now, so I wish I were in Arizona right now. Um, Typically on a day like this, I let Journey come home and rest a little bit more, just because we get up a little bit earlier than normal when we take Nyla to school. We take her to school 3 days out of the week. Her dad takes her the other 2 days. So we live quite a distance from the school. So it kind of helps when I let Journey rest a little bit longer when we get back. Helps them kind of get acclimated again to the idea of getting up early to homeschool. Of course, that's a reacclimation each day. So today I'm just gonna, while Journey's resting, I'll talk a little bit about uh, energy and lupus. First of all, I did not talk about the three different types of lupus it is. There are three different types of lupus. There is uh, discoid, which is more of a skin type of lupus. Then there is um, drug induced, which can happen when you take too much of a medication, like too much of even a prescribed medication for pain. Of course, once you stop taking the medication, the symptoms of lupus tend to go away. And then there's systemic lupus, which involves vital organs, and which is the one that I have. It's also the most severe and the most difficult to bring under control. I also have a little bit of the discoid. Um, there are several spots on my arms that are discolored and spotted um, because growing up, as I got older with lupus, um, even though my main type of lupus is systemic, um, my skin still um, showed the results of being exposed to the sun, or um, even the medication caused me to have a lot of discoloration on my skin. So it's a mixture of the discoid and systemic. So the big thing I want to talk about today is energy, which a lot of times I have none. Because I do a lot, I do so much, people tend to misinterpret that as me having energy. And I think one of the things I struggle with having lupus is because I know that there are going to be periods where I don't feel like doing anything. When I do have energy, I tend to try to cram everything into that moment. But I'm learning. I'm learning. Um, but I'm just going to be very candid today, just because I know that there's somebody out there who feels the very same way and struggles with the very same thing, as far as lupus and having energy or lack thereof. So I'm going to just give you a brief view of my room, okay? So this is my room currently. A mess, right? Okay, believe it or not, I'm a really organized person. Um, However, days that I don't feel well, and those are days that come very often. Um, I don't feel like cleaning up. I like to clean up, but I don't feel like cleaning up. Um, you know, the kids, they help with chores as much as they can. My room is kind of off limits, so this is not a place I would ask them to help clean. Um, and we typically do chores on the weekend, like big major chores. Um, but I just want to talk about a typical week. I find myself, when I get up in the morning, I have to remind myself that it's okay if I'm not able to clean up the house. Um, I do think that it, people with lupus, especially women, tend to be really hard on themselves because if you have kids, you don't always feel like playing with them. You don't always feel like spending time with them. Um, and then even if you don't have kids and you have, you know, a home to keep clean or a job to, go to, whatever. If you don't feel like doing it, you tend to um, equate that with being inadequate or not being a good mother, not being a good spouse or whatever. Um, but I'm slowly learning. It's probably taken the entire 20 years that I've had lupus to figure this out. And is that the best thing to do with lupus is to focus on the task at hand. Um, you know, Today there's this little bitty corner in my bathroom on the bathroom door that I'd like to finish painting. I painted my bathroom about maybe 2 or 3 months ago. I started and finished not long ago. Um, but I didn't finish this little area because I got tired and, other things, took precedence. Um, other things were more important. Um, but today I'd like to finish that corner. That's a very small goal for some people, but for me, it would be great if I could do that. Um, I typically clean one room a day, and I was telling a friend yesterday, by the time I finish cleaning one room, you know, it's messed up by the time I get done with the next room. So it's no use in me trying to clean up the whole house in one day because again I have kids and you know what they say, trying to uh, clean a house while kids are in it growing is like trying to shovel the snow while it's still snowing. Um, but I do enjoy being a mom. I do enjoy being home now. With the kids, I do enjoy my children. And even though most of the time I don't feel well, they are a huge motivation for me. And, you know, just trying to balance everything out and make sure they have a stable life in spite of me having a disease that presents a lot of that's characterized by a lot of instability. Um, that's a challenge.